a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and... On first down, here comes this offense. Hand off to the fullback.
The ball carries by 4. Marvin at the 28. Second down.
Able to run it out to the 28 on the last one. It's 2nd and 7. They want to run it left here. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gain 4 on the play.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. They'll go to the fullback, and he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, 4th down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll go with a direct snap. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Now the play fake. Using the quick game. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the running back. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. He's at the 22.
Man, I really love the way this guy looks when he's toting the rock. You think about all the high school kids out there who dream about one day donning a USC jersey and being the starting running back for the Trojans. There's so much competition, not just in the state of California, but nationally, to come to this school and be the guy, to be RB1. He's on the field for a reason. This guy is unique. He's got speed and vision. What a weapon.
Sticks it in his belly. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, this defense has to know that this fullback is not just a blocker. He's a guy that can carry the football as well. He went ahead and got that first down.
Looking to throw, it's Nunez. Buys a little time with his feet. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And don't get it twisted. A big part of this team's formula for success defensively is getting after the quarterback. In their last game, they had 6 sacks, won the game. They know they've got to be able to get after the QB, and this one put some pressure on them, and they're already off to a great start.
Tackled there by the defense.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. It's good. He hits it. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
The big fullback's got it. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. The give to the fullback. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
I tell you guys, this fullback is not just a blocker. He can catch the football, and he can also run it, especially on third down. What a weapon.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Takes the easy completion. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Looking at a second and short now. Back to throw, it's Nunez. He's got his man. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Well, you've seen the last two plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon. The guy, this defense has got to be ready for him.
They'll leave it with him. Relying on the run, he gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Fullback's got it. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The Trojans want to pick up the tempo. Give to the fullback. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown. First down for this offense. Give to the fullback. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31.
Really nice first down run. And you're seeing why this running back is an every down type. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside. He can catch the football. He can block. This guy can do it all.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They'll go to the ground. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
I tell you what, fullbacks are kind of dying breeds. You just don't use them very much. So when you bring them in the game, a lot of times you bring them in the game to be physical and stout blockers, and then occasionally you give them the ball in those short yardage situations. You say, go get me a first down, big fella.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Got his man on the right. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding, I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
The give to the big fullback. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
Fullbacks are a dying breed, but when you see them, it just reminds you of the big old neck roll, just huge, stout fire plugs that you don't want to hit. But on short yardage situations, occasionally, you give the big boy the ball. There is no juke button. There is no speed burst. It is all power down your throat, hitting you and falling forward and getting that first down.
Setting up the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Fight that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to pass, it's Nunez. It's caught. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Southern. First down here for the offense. Run it with the fullback. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Give it to the guy with no neck, 2 chin straps, oversized shoulder pads. They're just the big, burly fullbacks. Those guys are awesome. They're kind of a dying breed in college football, but you love seeing them get the pigskin, fall forward, and hit anybody in their way.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Those little chunks keep annoying the crud out of you when you're on defense. It's just putting them in easy situations, shooting up 4 to 6 yards at a pop like that. Put you in a bad situation as a defensive coordinator. What do I call? Either way, priority number 1, we got to stop the run.
Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Makes the catch and knocked down.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Now on 2nd down. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Nunez. He's going to throw deep right side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Firing to the right, complete. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Quickly complete. First down to start the drive after the break. Snap it to the back. Gets a nice surge and crosses the 5 to the 6-yard line, a pickup of 3.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have 2 hands on it this drive.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense... Here comes the offense on 1st down. Looking for a man. It's Nunez. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
You don't even see quarterbacks under center very often, but when you do, and it's short yardage, you kind of know what's coming, but it didn't matter. Quarterback does a great job. Find some space, keep those feet moving, just fall forward, and get that yardage, and he gets the big 1st down.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Pulls it in. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. The Trojans moving quickly to the line.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route, and good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping, put it out in front of me, I'm getting this 1st down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. The defense coming out to protect the lead, but this offense still has plenty of time, likely their final drive. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. He'll just throw it away, and it'll be 4th down.
I know they've got all their timeouts left, but it feels like this is the ball game right here. 4th down, the quarterback's got to do something special, knowing that they need a touchdown here to win.
Down late in a 4-point game, they'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down. He's got a 1st down and maybe a lot more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. A little screen to the running back. Headed to the end zone. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
This running back is so dangerous. He's going to hurt you running the ball, but they find creative ways to get him the ball in the passing game as well. Beautiful job setting up the screen. He was acting as if he was blocking, let the defender run right by him, and then he made magic happen after he had the ball in his hands.
The give to the fullback. Touchdown, USC! And got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Pressure coming. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Trying to get to it. He'll pull it down and run. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Defense takes a timeout with 30 seconds remaining. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Tight end finds a soft spot. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Wilson will throw. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic. Picked off. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that one, but they'll take it first down at the 40.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you've got to score, you've got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost them.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. One possession game, getting late, first order, and he crosses the goal line for the late touchdown, and that one just might finish this baby off. We'll wrap it up, and he'll try to make it look 1 point better. And the kick is good, but they'll still lose this one by 3. I know a lot of people thought this was going to be a blowout, but this team said, just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions.
It's so true, Reese. I mean, they had a lot of dudes that we were talking to leading up to this game just had a chip on their shoulder. They just didn't feel like they were being respected, and they wanted to come out and they wanted to prove a point. And, David, they did exactly just that.
And it's so much easier to be the underdog. It's so much easier to coach that team, and you go, hey, they're ranked. Everybody's talking about them. You don't have a chance. It just builds all that momentum, all that hate, and you just pour it out on the field.
So that's going to do it for us.